Hey guys, it's the Flower Woman here at Lotus Petal Studios. SM Entertainment's latest girl group, Aespa, had debuted November 2020, and I gotta say, I haven't seen such an awesome debut since EXO back in 2012, and this is a long time SM stan talking here. I remember EXO's debut like it was yesterday, and to say the least, it was awesome, and just talking about it, remembering it just makes me feel really old. So yeah, but anyway, Flower Woman here will give her a little review finally of Aespa's debut. First of all, the teasers were amazing, giving a little bit of a hint about each and every member from Karina to Winter to Giselle and of course Ning Ning. We saw just a little bit of their talent and it built up hype very well, and that hype was really well paid off. Once you got to the music video, the whole thing did not feel like a first-time debut video at all, but rather you felt like you were watching an experienced K-pop group. All four of the girls are so talented, well-trained, and super confident. Their dancing is sharp, the vocals are strong, and the overall stage presence is powerful and through the roof. It's really impressive since most of us are so used to seeing new idols be kind of awkward on stage, as they're not very experienced, and over time they get better. However, Aespa have really broken that stereotype. I love the sort of image Suman gave them. Instead of SM's usual style for girl groups, which is often a bit more innocent and cute like Girls' Generation, or quirky like FX and Red Velvet, Aespa are strong, bold, and confident sorts who are like, we know what we're about and we're gonna do it, so naysayers move aside. I absolutely love that. I don't think I've seen such a girl group like that with such like brooding confidence since The Grace. Now, seeing that my video on The Grace is currently my highest viewed video ever on my channel, which by the way, thank you very much. I can tell that people haven't forgotten about the existence of The Grace. Hooray! So I'm gonna keep on making sure that they're not gonna ever be forgotten about. So anyway, that's a bit of a detour. Back to Aespa. The music video in general was really well made. I love the whole technological vibe you get from Black Mamba's video, and the cinematography and camera work was really well done. Little things such as the establishing shot of the band at the start and the close-up on Karina when they started the dance, and the bit at the first chorus when they turned the camera around while they hit the ground was really cool. Also, doing the whole video thing was really meta, and it was an interesting way to hint at SM's plans for presenting their music to wider audiences in the future. But of course, I can't forget the choreography. What's K-pop without the cool dances? I'm completely in love with the choreography. I generally don't remember a time when SM disappointed me with their choreography for all their groups. They've always just released some of the highest quality, coolest, and most unique choreographies out there. And I gotta say, Aespa is certainly no exception to that one. It's unique, it's awesome, especially around the chorus when they hit the ground and do that head shake at the yeah hey bit. That was really cute. And of course the girls can do it and look cool, while I can't without looking like a dork. Maybe that's why I decided to record this off camera, unless you guys want to see me make a fool of myself. Anyway, the song itself, all I can say is great. Super powerful beats, powerful vocals, really showcase the girls' talents. It's the best example of a debut song. Stands out, showcases their talents, and is catchy enough for audiences to remember. And also, I love the general aesthetics in the music video and the girls' clothes. It was just so sparkly. But yeah, the bright colors, detailed scenery was really nice to look at, especially the flowers, because, Flower Woman loves flowers. I just didn't really appreciate the snake imagery, which I know is expected since the song is called Black Mamba, but I couldn't help but get the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Because I gotta tell you, I really hate snakes, so seeing a snake slithering through subways kind of makes my skin crawl. But objectively putting aside my herpetophobia, it was a pretty interesting design. Now, as a side note, there had been some plagiarism accusations, particularly by a German visual artist who said that SM plagiarized some of his work, particularly the snake in the subway one, which does look suspiciously similar, I will admit. And also, people have pointed out some other images used in the Black Mamba music video that are suspiciously similar to, for example, another virtual group, KDA, music video. And on top of that, some people found a Pinterest account from a visual artist, some of whose images seem to be featured in the video too. Now, SM had released a statement on that shortly afterwards, saying, "We contacted the artist and agency that were mentioned for a portion of the Black Mamba video and chatted about our planning process as well as the whole world behind the group. The artist and agency understood our planning and production process, and they confirmed that they have no objection against the scenes in question." So seeing that SM actually had said something about it and claimed that they had actually gotten permission from the artist, even though at least the German artist said that they didn't and they actually stole his work, I'm not really sure really what to say about it. It's like you either gotta believe one or the other, or maybe there was some miscommunication for all we know. But all we can say is this: imitation is the greatest form of flattery, but there's always that fine line between imitation and a straight up rip-off. And I would just say it might have been a bit more professional of SM to have at least signed something or credited the artist a bit more clearly or whatever, because that probably would have been a win-win situation for both sides. But hey, what do I really know? But also allegedly another scandal had come up, which SM seems to have a bit of a habit of getting into with their new groups somehow in recent years. So apparently the member Giselle's past had supposedly been exposed by a former friend or classmate or something like that from back when she lived in Japan. And this acquaintance or whatever claimed that she did a lot of things like drinking and smoking and doing drugs in high school, and apparently was a bully and a thug. And that there were some pictures circling around showing Giselle like pointing her middle finger up and whatnot. And that she allegedly got rid of her old phone number and wiped her old Instagram account when she moved to Korea, and is not in touch with any of her old classmates. So that was only an allegation, and shortly afterwards, a girl came forward who was also Giselle's old friend and said that all those rumors were like fake and that it wasn't true, and said that Giselle was actually one of the nicest people she ever knew, and that in fact this person might have just been upset that Giselle had to cut contact with everyone when she became a trainee, which, as we know, that K-pop trainees are often just so busy they can't really keep up with school or keep up with old friends. Now, let's just say for the sake of argument that Giselle had been into that and then like wanted to wipe it all away. Well, let's just say this. Maybe I'm talking from a very American perspective here, but unfortunately, a ton of high schoolers have done a lot of stupid stuff when they were in high school. I mean, it just seems to be the a phase that you go through whenever you're in high school. I'm just going to say this: anybody who would dare to criticize a K-pop star for doing any of those things when they were a teenager, I'll just say I doubt that you're innocent. I mean, you might have had like a drink here or there when you were underage. I smoked a bit of you-know-what at times. Might have had a couple of boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever. I mean, there are so many people right now that have some questionable photos or videos of them online floating around somewhere at this point. So it's kind of like those without sin cast the first stone. Whichever was true about Giselle, I would have just said, even if she did all of that for the sake of argument, so long as in the past, it was in the past. I know so many people say that celebrities have a duty to be role models. Well, here's the thing. She wasn't a celebrity then. As I said, for the sake of argument, I'm not saying it's true. She hadn't been a celebrity then, and so didn't necessarily have that duty. Because I do agree, to an extent, celebrities should be role models. But hey, now she's a K-pop idol. If it happened, it's in the past, and so I don't think it's a big deal whether or not she did it or not. K-pop stars are humans too. Every celebrity is a human. So also Aespa, after releasing Black Mamba, they had released the song Forever earlier this year in February. And I'll say that it's a cover of Yoo Young-jin's song, and it was kind of cute. It was a nice like Christmassy, or I should say more wintry, because it was released in February. So it's a very wintry track where they did a cute little dance with like little microphones, and it really showed off their vocal capabilities, which is a pleasant surprise since, let's say, for members like Winter, who everybody thought was kind of the token visual, actually does have a lot of talent, and just shows that all of them in general, from like Karina and Ning Ning and Giselle, they just all have great vocal capabilities. And that also they had the SM Culture Universe Episode 1 Black Mamba. and it seemed to be this little like a short film or whatever, and it was really cool. It was very sci-fi themed, and that seemed to just be Aespa's general image, just kind of like futuristic sci-fi theme. And they had this really cool 10-minute video where they were setting up this plot about these AIs, and this black mamba virus starts disrupting it all, and you saw each of the girls like even showcase acting talent. I mean, these girls are a full package, and it's really, really cool. And I'm just gonna say it, I was like really like invested in it. It's even better than most full-length feature films that are released nowadays. So I'm like, please tell me there's gonna be more coming up, because this just seems too cool. I'm getting overexcited here. So you're all probably going to be wondering what my opinion on their latest track, Next Level, is, but that's going to be for another video, my friends. I kind of want to do a bit more of an in-depth video. So I gave quick little reviews for Forever and SM Culture Universe. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm not sure what SM's plans are. They never make it clear sometimes. And also for their debut track, Black Mamba. So overall, I would say about their debut, it was near to perfect and should be considered high up there with some of the other best debuts in K-pop. They're strong performers, there's no rookie vibe to them at all. They're great dancers, great singers, great rappers, and they have such nice, fun music videos with great aesthetics. And despite like the little scandals or plagiarism accusation, it was all good, and hopefully they cleared up that issue with the German visual artist. And I think I already got a bias. All 4 of them. I don't like choosing favorites anymore in K-pop. I feel that K-pop's getting better about not just throwing in members for the sake of just having a pretty face in there. But anyway, I really just love them all. Like Karina, Ningning, Giselle Winter, they're all like so unique. And I also love the clever way they try to present Winter as kind of like a useless member, a pretty face, and then all of a sudden she's like one of the coolest in the group. But anyway, I'm just blabbing on here. I made another video discussing their computer counterparts that appeared in the SM Culture Universe show that was kind of centered around who always like makes little cameos in it. And if you're interested in seeing the video, I'll link it in the description. And I'll say like it seems as if their AI counterparts are going to be mostly featured in stuff like their short like movies or whatever. I admit I'm still a little weirded out by the concept, and we're just going to have to see in the future how it all plays out. I didn't really talk about the AI counterparts too much in this video though, because I already talked about it in another one, so I didn't feel I need to bring it up too much here. But anyway, Aespa, amazing girl group. I love the girls already, and I look forward to seeing all their stuff in the future. This is the Flower Woman at Lotus Petal Studios. Now the Flower Woman will see you all later.